So, we got Manuela available here right now. She's actually working, but I wanted to ask her, come over, let's sit down and have a chat about guest posting services. And she's dealing with a lot of guest posting clients and inquiries that's coming. So, while she's working, okay, she looks like she's ready to talk. So, I want to talk about some of the tips, the core factors that influence your SEO rankings. Because of course we are doing to guest posting to get the brand boosted, and eventually the goal is to really get the SEO ranks goes high, more people to either read the guest post, get the clicks, so things like that. That's the goal of the doing guest posting services. So discuss with Manuela what are the core factors that will influence SEO by doing guest posting. Manuela.
Okay. I think, first of all, I want to say that guest posting has benefits beyond SEO, obviously.
Yeah.
But let's start with the SEO benefits, and then we can, move into what are the other benefits as well of guest posting. So, SEO perspective, obviously, guest posting has the advantage of boosting your domain rating. So, if you have a website or if you have a blog, and you're just kind of looking to get more authority on search engines like Google, then publishing high quality guest posts, which are related to what your brand is about, which are cover topics that are related to your brand, that are important for your brand, and that's match with where you are going to have them published. Then if you focus on that, you can get the SEO benefits of getting a better domain rating, and also, of course, increased organic traffic to your website. Because if you are able to add a reference link in your guest post or a mention of your brand, then people can, of course, click on that and come to your page, to your website, and find you, and that can increase the traffic hugely as well. I had that experience in the past where I just had my author name in the author bio, which was published on another website as a guest post, and people clicked on my name to find out who I was because they maybe liked the article or they found it interesting, and then I saw a spike in my website. So this is one advantage. Obviously, also in terms of the website getting more engagement. So for example, if you have a website and you feel like it's not getting a huge amount of engagement, then guest posting can help with that. So for example, if you share a post on social media and it gets clicks from there, it gets more engagement. But the same thing with guest posting, right? So I published an article on your website, for example, your readers might click on it and then come to my website. So that's another benefit as well. And for SEO, what really matters is the engagement rate, right?
Engagement. Google takes this as a positive signal.
Exactly.
And that's why, it really comes down to right now, the authority comes on with the domain. So that's why when people use the PBNs and all, but there is a way to do it. You always should try to go real, a sites that's getting traffic or getting promoted, and if your links are getting some clicks, there are ways to do that. Like also the people calling black hat techniques, like you get some of the team members to actually click on those links, self-offering factors and all, but that way you can't really scale the number of things that you can get.
I would say ask yourself, what is it you really want? Do you just want fake clicks? Because are they going to give you any return? Because if you pay people to click on your website, yes, it's going to show more engagement, it's going to show more visitors. But in terms of making your brand established, getting conversions, making sales, it's not going to help you. It's not going to help your business.
I mean, the sales aspect, no. If you look at the SEO wise, there is a trigger. People kind of need to get that engagement to do that. But yeah, getting it real way is the best way to go forward, right? Yeah. So having the links, we have to have the links. And then I want to emphasize about the things about when people even place a link. You don't want to just go heavy anchors, which is something really screwing up. That's like a big no red flag when you guest posting. Yeah. So say you want to rank with SEO consultant London. Some people are very focused about getting that push. That used to work, but that's getting punished. We saw some of our competitor agents, little PR agencies doing, right? We saw their clients are ranking. I'm like, holy shit, how can you put anchor text like that? which doesn't even rhyme with the article's content, right?
Yeah, so the problem...
And that's very dirty looking. Searches are getting smarter, and they're going to take it down, and
the problem
locked down.
The problem I have seen is that, a lot of people add links. So that I'm talking about content I am sent to get published, but also which I see other people are doing when they're interlinking, because obviously we use SEO tools so we can see where are the links coming from and stuff like that. So when I have a look at that, when I even look at our competitors, as Fernando was saying, I sometimes see that some of the links they have no context at all. So if I'm linking to a page or a post about a certain topic, and then the anchor text that I'm linking it to has nothing to do with what this post or this page is about, it's not, first of all, it's not going to get the right people to click on it, because they're going to be confused. So if they click on the word or the anchor text and then they don't find what they thought they would find, they're not going to stay there. They're going to straight come back to the article.
What I could see is people are not worried about the click in that case. So that's using authority SEO, right? However, that's going to get punished. That's what we kind of see.
That's what I'm saying. Because search engines, they look for valuable, for helpful content.
And it has to rhyme with the article's context and then pass on, because it comes like this amazing story, and then it's like saying Dr. Silanda,
which has nothing to do with the content.
It doesn't rhyme, it's grammatically, plus it doesn't make context to that thing. Of course, the link which is going, that site is about Dr. Islamic food, for example, right? That's fine, but however, this doesn't fit in with this article, which is getting long-term punished, I could say
because Google uses the referencing model that we use at universities as well, right? So if I write an academic piece, an academic assignment, the references that I add, they have to be relevant to what I'm writing about. And it's the same with articles that I publish. If I publish an article and I add a reference to a website or to a page or to any kind of resource, it has to be relevant for what I'm writing about. And especially the anchor text has to be relevant, because it has to indicate what people find when they click on it. So that's why Google punishes irrelevant link placements, because
it used to work, it has been working. So don't, as a guest posting search, if you are a person who's going to buy guest post, if you think like you want to get publication on Under Business News or ClickDo or Seekos and a brand publication that can add any value in the long run to the site that's you're getting reference, don't only try to push your link. That's first of all, they will not even get a publication approved from a proper publication. But if you manage to don't get it, because it's going to get punished for the site, either your site or your client site, that you are getting that link. And once it get really blown up, recovery is pretty hard. We've done it some things, like we had some of the clients, we did the experiments that they did. The client was like rank down. Super hard link, right?
So you did the same anchor text.
They would like go and check for some of the other competitor agencies doing, and they were seeing that site, right? They were like, I want to hit hard, I want 10 anchors, and we did it, and the punishment was like 7 page, right? Really punished. So initially it was punished. So what we did, recover, remove the links, and our site is back. On the first page. Right. So that's something. So
natural
buyers try to
natural link. Non-link sequence.
Either brand, if the site is
the branded anchor is fine.
ClickDo should get links as well. Maybe ClickDo regional agents. I used to get SEOs on it drops, it get punished. So you need to work it out to get it here and there. Maybe try it, but rule of thumb is you need to get build branded anchors. Site should have the perfect on-page SEO. So if you are a guest post buyer, looking to buy guest post, maybe you're a business owner, if you're reaching out, maybe even to ClickDo, that's a factor, as Manuela mentioned, relevancy. We
will also consult you on that. So every time somebody sends me a guest post or a press release or whatever they want published on the site that I manage, I always review the content, I always review the link placement, and I suggest the best solutions, because sometimes I get press releases that have the same link 3 times, for example. That's not going to be good SEO-wise. That's going to be punished SEO-wise. So a lot of marketers might not be aware of those things. So I always explain it to them. And I think it's all about being smart when you publish any guest content. So because you have to bear in mind, the guest content needs to have value for the publication where you're going to have it published. It needs to be relevant, and it needs to be valuable. So the link that you add should also give the reader value, right? So you have to bear all of these elements in mind. Even if it's a promotional link, that's fine as long as it gives value to the reader, right? So for example, we have a page branding support services on ClickDo. Now, that's not just about our services. It explains what branding is. It explains how branding works, the process.
You can see the link below on the description of this video.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So when you link to pages like that, it gives value to the reader. And that's what you should remember when you're building pages, when you're creating posts that you want to link to later and that you want to do link building for. They have to add value. If it's a purely promotional page that contains no value at all, like no information that people can use, you're probably not gonna get this link approved on high quality websites.
First of all, you don't get approved. If you manage to get approved by dropping a lot of money, it's gonna get punished or it's gonna get bad, or then the next webmaster is gonna remove the link. So a lot of things like that's gonna happen. So then you're like pretty much wasting your time.
Exactly.
Do the guest posting the right way.
You have to be strategic about
very
it.
strategically, right? So
and as I said, we are here to help. So at ClickDo, we offer advice as well about how to write. We even write the guest post for you if you want. What I normally do, if a client wants us to write the article, I inform them about the procedure. So we need to understand, what is the link placement they want, what is the focus, what do they want to focus on with their campaign. Then we write the article for that. So recently, for example, we did that on the Green Living blog for Mercedes-Benz, for example, for their smart car.
Article is live, yeah?
Yeah, the article is live. And what we really try to do is, so we look for keyword that is relevant to that topic that the client wants. Then we tailor that article towards that keyword. And that keyword then also matches with the link that they would like to add. So it's all contextual, it all makes sense. And that's really the way that it should work, really to be successful. And we can prove that also with our analytics. We check how the articles perform regularly, so we can see what works well, what doesn't work well. And usually that strategy has worked for our guest posts. So those guest posts get a good number of traffic every month, and also engagement, also clicks. So that's what we really try to achieve with the guest posts that we publish for our clients.
Do you have any guides? We have anything to hear guest posting guides?
Yeah, we do.
I'll be linking down in the below of this video. So I'll link it down, the guest posting guides that you should go down. But these are the 4 things to consider, right? Get a valuable, get a reader-friendly article. Don't only think about the search engines. You think about an article a reader will read. Like people try to use AI, which is fine. AI right really fine, but like, is it unique? Is it going to add any value? Is it even relevant for the topic that you're covering? Or people aren't seeing the newcomers and when they're seeing that, they're like, just I want the link. You know what? I tell a story. I try to get the story. You want in the meeting, but I want a story. Not about this being SEO consultant. I'm like, your story in such a way of how you became or why you became a SEO consultant.
But it should contain tips as well. So because nobody's just gonna read a story for the sake of reading a story. They want something out of it. They want to learn.
The person on page time of that story, all matters really.
So if, for example, if you go to londonbusinessnews.com, we have a section called Business Spotlight. That's where you'll find Fernando's story, but also you find a lot of entrepreneur stories. And what we try to do is we try to show how entrepreneurs are innovative, how they create brands and businesses from scratch, from zero, to build a successful business, and their strategies that they use to make it successful. And we believe that gives value to the reader, because everybody wants to be inspired by other success stories. And I do believe that we in those stories you get something from it, you learn something from it.
Really. So I recently, because I want to increase the ranks of real entrepreneur, right? So you probably saw the stories that I got around real entrepreneur.
Yes.
You got like story publications on the various sites and the Nation Manage, and also on the site the features, right?
Yeah.
And ranks gone up. Now you see, I even sent you an email about it.
FernandoRaymond.com.
FernandoRaymond.com. Right? There was think it's almost coming to the very top of real entrepreneur, which has thousands of searches a month, and real entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
So I wrote articles around the topic, and I of course reference that page plus the home page, giving relevancy. I'll try to share some of the examples below that article. This is the right way of getting a guest post, as Manuela explained. It has to rhyme. It has to have a story with the tips I was giving people about real entrepreneurship and the stories and the tips. So people tend to read and stay and the more time. There would be a potential share. I could ask somebody to share because people are like, oh, that's a story worth sharing. So this is the science of doing guest posting if you want to increase the ranks and benefit from what you are doing, because some of the people I would say just by for the guest posting on the BBA groups and all those SEO groups, I'm saying this, I want a link, just like, that's fine, stick a link inside site and give me that. That's not going to go anywhere, and that's not also going to get any results.
What I would say is, for example, link mentions or link placements, they can work, but they need to be, again, they need to be contextual. So for example, on londonbusinessnews.com, what we also is we offer, we have a lot of list posts, for example. So if your business would be relevant to any of the list posts, we can add your website link along with a paragraph about your business and maybe an image or a logo or something. And then it has a context and then it's relevant, right? Because that's what people look for. They want a recommendation maybe, or they you are less likely to get a click on your link if it doesn't make sense in the article. So you have to also think about not just adding a link, but how you place it, where you place it, where is it going to make sense, and where is it going to benefit your brand, but also your SEO for your website. So I don't think it's wrong, but I think it has to be done strategically.
It has to be done very strategically, as Manuela explained, and some of those tips, hope that will be helpful for you. If you're having questions, you can always drop a comment below. We will be answering them. Check the links in the description of this video where high-end and the authority publications are done, and have a look, go through, read the stories, have a look, and this is how you need to get a publication. And if you're pitching to get a publication, either write the article in this format and send to the potential site that they're like, oh, this is an article I would definitely want to publish on the site. So even the money that you want to pay to get a publication is a paid publication, could even be, you can get a better offer because they see the value of publishing the article in the article. That's what Manuela looks. She want to publish on London Business News.
That's what the pitch is all about, right? So we have published an article on ClickDo as well about how to do the outreach, how to pitch. And I tell you, I get so many emails where the pitches just don't work, they don't work. So if somebody sends me an article saying, oh, I want an article about 6 tips how to improve your garden for ClickDo, ClickDo is a website where we talk about marketing and SEO and business. That's not going to work, Can
I get a CBD article?
It just doesn't work.
So these are the top guest posting tips for guest posting buyers, as well as people who want to increase the ranks. If you're a business owner, you need to get it right. We will be covering a lot of expert tips about Manuela, who's an expert who's doing massive traffic for C-Calls, London Business News, moving other sites and the publications, and also a lot of premium publications for my brand, my personal branding, Fernando Raymond brand, to get in front of Google, the knowledge panel, all those things. So be tuned. We will be bringing up a lot of those tips, and we'll be back in my channel covering up a lot of tips. See you again.